Are you just now entering high school? If so, watch this video ASAP. Oh my god, I hate when it transfers. Back to my channel, I'm Jada, and today we're going to be discussing, it's kind of like a beginner guide of what to take to high school. As someone who's had 2 years experience in high school already, I feel like I have enough credibility to make this video for you. So it's basically tips and tricks and what to take to high school. It's mainly involving what you're packing and like essentials you need and what you don't need to. So, because I've made many fatal mistakes of buying stuff for the aesthetic instead of the functionality, and I paid the price. And all I'm here to do is spread the word so I could prevent you guys from making the same mistake through your journey. Because I've watched like when I was entering high school, I watched many videos on how to study, what to pack, and a lot of it was kind of misinforming for me. I didn't get the full what I need to pack. I started getting unnecessary things that looked cute rather than getting things that benefited me. So I'm gonna give you the tips and tricks that I know from my experience, and I know every school might be a little different, but I'm pretty sure this is a good baseline for you to start from. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First and foremost, we're going to talk about notebooks. The first thing and first rule to getting a notebook is always get college rule. Y rule is very elementary and baby like. We need our and you're wasting a lot of paper by filling like you're not using you're not maximizing your use out of the paper because the lines are too thick. College rule helps you get a lot more information on a paper, and it is very pleasing to the eyes. And I'm pretty sure your teachers would frown upon you if you use Y rule. So next thing you should do is when you go to high school, they don't really have things like open houses or anything like where I'm from. Like, you don't get a lot of information of what you need. Usually you find all that out during the first week of school. So to start off, before you get to school to buy, here's what I'm going to recommend you get. So, still speaking of notebooks or paper, whatever, and I'm going to tell you other things I recommend you get too. I recommend you get two 5 subject, only two 5 subject college rule notebooks, just to start off, like a baseline. And then I recommend you get like at least 2 to 3 just like single subject college rule notebooks, because you're not gonna, especially if you're starting off as a freshman, you're most likely gonna have a gym class, like a freshman studies class, like or elective that wouldn't require you to have a notebook. So you don't want to buy too many notebooks, but you don't want to buy too less. During that first week of school, a lot of things sell out pretty fast. So just a baseline to get. Okay, my next word of advice is to stop. Do not, because this is what I did. So when I was watching the college videos, they labeled their notebooks, they made it all aesthetic. It was so pretty. And I did the same thing with my notebooks. But guess what? Some classes I labeled I didn't need a notebook for, and I still don't. Like, for example, me personally, I've never used the English notebook for English. There might be a little math in there, a little biology, a little whatever else, but I never used it for English. So hold off on labeling until you go through at least the first day or first week of school to see what what classes you're going to need notebooks for and what classes you're not going to need notebooks for. Because, girl, in this economy, you could save the leftovers for next year, you know what I mean? Or when you run out. Because I think my biology notebook, well, if you do your notebook all the way, you're probably going to need a secondary one to fill it up. And it's always good to have extras rather than wasting it on something else. But that's just me. The next word of advice I say is invest in a calculator. Specifically for me, I would recommend a TI-84 plus calculator, because usually for all types of maths, you'll use a calculator for that. And when you go to college, it will be useful. However, those calculators are an investment. It is not like a cheap penny. Takes a little bit of money, but it's a great investment for your high school and college career. So I recommend getting that. But it's not necessary, though. I want to reinforce that it's not necessary. Usually schools will provide you with a calculator for that class, and then like during the class period you could borrow a calculator and give it back. But it's still a great investment to have for your high school and college experience. Next thing I recommend you get is a binder. Like a binder with separators, or like you put little folders in, or a folder divider. I'm gonna go get mine to show y'all right now, and I'm gonna explain why. Oh, yeah, dang! Ooh. The lighting might be a little different. I freaking goofed up. Okay, so get something like this. I'm gonna show you. It was pretty affordable on Amazon. I'm gonna open it up for you. This has many sections for you to store all different subjects in a folder. Now, let me tell you, last school year, I had a folder. This was sophomore year. Sophomore year is extremely hard. I don't care what anybody says. Sophomore year is difficult. But I had a folder. And that folder carried every single class that I had. And it was it wasn't convenient. I would have to sift through that folder to find stuff, and I wouldn't find it. And then you want to know what's funny about that? I started finding stuff after the school year ended that I was looking for. You need yourself multiple folders for each class. Get something like this where it's all compact so you're not taking up a lot of space, or get a binder where you put individual folders inside so you could have your stuff organized. Organization. You need to be organized. I mentioned this, I think, briefly in the beginning of the video, but this is another word of advice. You guys need to focus on the function of something. Like, for example, the function of a folder. Instead of getting like one cute folder, get a folder that works like this. The function of a notebook. Instead of getting like a cute little, like the ones that barely take up any space, like the ones that are big, don't get a little notebook. Get a notebook that's a college rule notebook like this, like the 5-star notebooks. Do not go for something cute, because 9 times out of 10 it will not work out. I'm speaking from experience. Always go for the function rather than the aesthetic. Trust me. This one I'm gonna do a rapid fire of things you're gonna want to purchase. A few things. I recommend you getting a binding agent. Obviously, like glue stick, or you could do like, it looks like whiteout, but it's like glue. It's glue tape. You want that, or like staplers, something. Because every single class, especially my science class, they require you to or you need sticks. Trust me. Another thing I recommend you getting is markers, not crazy amount of markers. I recommend the Crayola Super Tips. Those will last you quite a while, and they're very convenient. You can use them as highlighters. They have multiple uses, and they're not bulky, so they won't take up that much space. And you don't need to bring all of them. You can bring a few of them and then have a lot of them at home. They're under $10. It's super affordable. I recommend that. Next thing I recommend you get is a big pack of pencils, the little mechanical pencils, the big ink. Get you a pack of those. You will not go through a whole school year using all those pencils. You will have some left over. Please get a big pack of those. Purchase that. I recommend that. And then get erasers. You're gonna be erasing a lot. Get erasers. Trust me. Don't use the ones on your pencils. Get actual erasers. It makes the biggest of difference. Because usually you will erase a lot, and using the pencil, it'll run out. And I feel like the pencil eraser is like usually only for like small mistakes. Sometimes you have to erase big things. You need a bigger eraser. Please get one. Please. Next word of advice: do not buy sticky notes. I have so many sticky notes: transparent sticky notes, pink sticky notes, yellow sticky notes, green sticky notes, blue sticky notes, all types of sticky notes. And guess what? I've only used them to like draw on them for my own entertainment. Do not get sticky notes. Like, I don't know what class you'll actually be using sticky notes for. And if you have to use sticky notes, usually 9 times out of 10 the teacher provides them. Nobody uses sticky notes. Nobody. Unless that's like how you function. Like, the only time I really use a sticky note is as a bookmark, if when I lose my bookmark. So I'm like, like I see a sticky note sitting on my floor over there. I have to clean my room. But like, I see so many sticky notes like that I'm looking at. Like, next thing for high school is we all have phones usually, or we all have a digital device that we can use this. And I recommend some apps that you could download, because with high school you think you have all the time in the world, but one thing I've made a mistake of is just not using proper time management skills. And I paid the cost with grades, with work, like with my mental and physical health. Like, I paid the price because of my poor time management. So I recommend you downloading apps like Flora. You need to download Flora, Google Calendar, and download a digital planner app. Something that helps you manage your time, a way you could see it, like a visual representation that gives you reminders on when things are due, when you should accomplish a task, ways you could take time, ways you could just like study times. Like, okay, let me break down Flora, because like I'm trying to like explain, but I can't explain it without telling you what Flora is. So Flora is an app where essentially you like set a time. Say you want to study for 25 minutes. You study for 25 minutes, and during that study time, if you don't touch your phone at all, you will grow a tree and your tree will bloom. But if you decide to goof off and slack off and go on your phone, then your tree will die. It's a great app to help you manage your time, and it's like you get a fun little cute tree out of it. And there's other apps that could do it, but I'm just recommending Flora because I've used that before and it helps. Like, I think about the tree. It's actually pretty cool. And I think you could donate like $1 to help have a tree planted. Like, that would be your study tree. Like, I think it's just really cool and sweet. But that's a great app to help you manage your time and set reasonable times to do your work and get it accomplished uninterrupted. Okay, the next thing I recommend you get for your backpack or whatever is highlighters. Highlighters, you use highlighters pretty frequently. Even if you don't highlight stuff, you can use them to color, or you use them to help you take notes. Like, highlighters are a must. You use them. You don't even have to get the fancy highlighters, but if you want like fancier options, remember how I mentioned the Crayola Super Tips? Go get you those. And you can use them as highlighters, and they come in so many shades depending on what type of pack you buy. And it's just, it's worth it. It's worth it, especially if you're a stationary girly. Like, it's just worth it. The next thing I recommend you get for your high school journey is a water bottle. Whatever. A lot of times, countless amount of times I see people dehydrated, asking for water, drinking out of the nasty school water fountain because they don't have water. And honestly, bringing a water bottle, I've learned not everybody could just bring like a simple plastic water bottle. Like, they just don't have it. So I recommend at least getting something reusable, like it's an investment that you could just fill up water anywhere, anytime, always have it, instead of having to, like, even if you drink out of the nasty school fountains, you could fill up the water bottle from the school fountain, and then so you won't have to get out of class, like uninterrupted class time, and you always have water by your side, because you never know when you're gonna have like a coughing attack. Like, you know how you cough and you can't stop coughing and it's just painful. Like, you never know when you're gonna be super dehydrated. Like, always just carry a water bottle, and especially one that's like metal. It's like you could put ice in it all day and every drink you put in will stay cool. I recommend it. The thing you should be packing in your backpack is like a spare clothes, if you have a uterus, feminine products, body wipes, deodorant, and gum. You never know what's going to happen. I assure you, you never know what's going to happen. If you have school, if you do sports, if it's that time of the month, or like if you ate something that stinks, you never know what's going to happen, and you need to be prepared for it, because high school is brutal. People will talk about you for the littlest things. You just never want to be caught lacking. So please bring those, and you can store them in a locker. You can store them deep in your backpack. You could store them, like, ask your teacher if you could just have a bag, like, in the classroom. Something like that you could always go to and rely on in case an emergency happens, because you actually never know. You never know. And say, if you want to get fancy with it, pack Band-Aids. Like, you never know what's going to happen. So the best thing you should do is prepare for that. Another thing I recommend you use for school is ChatGPT. I'm not saying cheat. But what I'm saying is utilize ChatGPT. It's a great editor. You can use it to help edit your things. You can use it for many different things rather than just cheating. And high school is difficult. You need to pave your way, because sometimes not everybody's going to be there to help you, or sometimes the extra links they send you're not going to understand, or sometimes simply the tutoring, you just don't understand. Sometimes you just don't understand, and that's okay. I'm a firm believer in utilizing your resources, but I'm not saying go out there and cheat. I'm just saying utilize your resources. Second to last thing that I say you need for high school is AirPods. Now, me personally, I do not wear AirPods to school. I wear my Beats. But headphones I love headphones. That the sound's so much better, but it's more practical. I love headphones. Did I say headphones? Whatever. I love headphones. The sound's so much better, but it's not as practical as AirPods. You're carrying something really bulky when you could just fit this in your pocket. It takes up no space. It works out for you, and And also, where I'm from, they're getting really strict on like the phone policy. So just get you some AirPods, because you're probably gonna need it, and they're easier to hide. Like, you can hide them behind your ear, girl. Like, headphones work. I think the camera angle changed, but I actually have no clue what happened. So, yeah. Okay, well, emphasizing I would recommend small earbuds instead of, headphones. The last thing you don't need for high school, here's what I am recommending. This is just me. I would try to limit the amount of bags you take. Because at the end of the day, not every high school is just going to allow you to have lockers. Like mine, you have to I think you have to put a deposit down for the locker. I'm not sure. But do not bring extra bags. Like, don't try to bring a purse just to be cute. Like, from my experience, it's very uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable. Like, it's just lugging around like dead weight, like extra weight. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't just bring another bag just because. Try to limit what you carry because you're going to be in pain that whole day. Trust me, it is not a walk in the park to carry 950 items. But anyways, that's like some things and some advice, some things, what to do for high school. If you're coming, it's high if you're just now going into high school. High school is a scary thing to think about because you're like, oh my gosh, they're just going to be so judgmental. They're just going to be so rude. Literally, I feel like although people will talk, like it won't bother you. Like it shouldn't bother you, and if they do, don't let it bother you because, you're just here. Nobody really peaks in high school anyway. You're just here. You're trying to go and graduate, Just enjoy it. Make it to your fullest and don't be shy to do the things you love, honestly. And it's your experience for the next 4 years. Might as well make the most of it, Do what you want to do. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you if you watched until this point. This is just my advice and from what I've learned and experienced in high school that I want to pass down to other people. And let me know if you want a part 2. I'm probably going to make one anyway because I want to make an extensive series on what to do for high school because honestly, I need to be the person I wish was there for me when I was searching these videos up for high school because I was panicked. But yeah. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the description below because in the description below I am putting links to every single product that I've mentioned. Well, I'm gonna put the specific products that I mentioned in the link below that I've used that work for me. And I'm pretty sure you guys know this, but I don't receive any commission off of giving you guys these links. So I hope that makes me more credible, showing you it's my honest opinion because my parents and I spend our hard-earned money on this. So anyways, without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next one, but don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions. I'm Jado. Thank you for watching my channel, and bye! I'll see you in the next one. Kind of like Roblox. Bye!